Ladies, if a man is ever creeping on you and you're not interested, instead of telling him that you have a boyfriend or whatnot, try telling him that you have a sub. Because I tried that shit. And when I say I have never seen that look in a man's eyes before, that pure realization that every decision he had made up until that point was a huge fucking mistake. You know, I was just out, I was trying to buy a mug at Valley Village. This guy, he comes up to me, he's all like, oh, hey, you know, like, I got a business, whatever, and I'm not trying to date you or anything, which, yeah, fuck, right. And I just told him, I'm like, look, I already have a submissive. Are you interested? Because if that's the case, like, I mean, I guess we could try it out. And he just, gone. And, I've been chasing that feeling ever since. But try it out. I know it seems cruel, but I promise you, it's not. They deserve it. Just try it out. Give it a shot.
Yeah, guys, I mean, if you want to approach a girl, strike up a conversation, see where it goes, hey, they're entitled to just treat you like crap just because, right? Yeah, it's just okay to treat men cruelly when they approach you. You know, that is all very well and good to say, but men actually have the onus of making these things happen. You see, girls have the privilege of being able to sit there and have men approach them for nothing. They don't have to do anything. They can sit there and men will come up and talk to them. Okay? Men, if you want a relationship, if you want something to come of your experiences, you have to make things happen. Okay? And so when doing that, you have to risk rejection. You have to plan dates. You have to pay for dates. You have to do all of this crap. And for what? So you can be insulted at the end. Just absolutely ridiculous. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be breaking down this TikTok together. So be sure to leave your comments as we watch it through once again. And guys, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. If you're looking to become a supporter, that's a fantastic way to support the channel. But guys, we might just jump into some Reddit stories first and then revisit the TikTok because, you know, that was just quite difficult to watch. But gentlemen, you know, the theme of today's videos is men are quite often used in relationships. All right, so the title of this one is Found a Bad Boy's Number in My Wife's Phone. My wife of 5 years was binge watching this certain spicy TV show with her best friend on speakerphone. I heard my wife say, hey, Brad reminds me of you-know-who. Long story short, I overheard her friend say, do you still have his number? My wife said yep, and her friend said I'll call it, and she said it's still a good number. Then I heard her friend say, have you tried calling him? My wife said yes, but he has a girlfriend now. He will call me when they break up. I am totally heartbroken right now. You see, you get a lot of these guys in long-term relationships, and what happens, gentlemen, is a lot of these girls will have their party years, you know, maybe they're single mothers and stuff like that. They'll have their party years, they'll go through the guys. And what happens is they bond to the guys and they form a connection with the guys that they saw earlier on in their life. You see, you got a lot of gentlemen in these long-term relationships with their wives and stuff like that. And the moment Chad appears in their life again, the wife will leave them to have some fun with him. Just absolutely ridiculous. And we as men, again, this is just something that men deal with all the time. Right, and women will complain about this and they'll say, oh, well, men do it too. The men who have options will do this kind of thing. So if you want to select for the bad boys, I mean, be prepared for the terrible experiences to come. And not a lot of empathy, to be honest with you. Here's another situation, gentlemen. Look at this. How do I, a 20-year-old male, get over a sudden breakup from an extremely loving relationship? My partner is a 20-year-old female. Honestly, there's too much to write about, but I just want advice on how to truly move on and get used to being single again. It was an extremely loving relationship and the breakup was very sudden. It's been a few months since the breakup and I just want to stop reminiscing the past. Again, you know, just breaking up for this whole, oh, well, I just wasn't feeling him anymore. I didn't have feelings anymore. I lost feelings. We grew apart. Gentlemen, what girls say when they're saying that is, what you have to understand is a girl's affection for you, a girl's care for you, is flexible. If she's attracted to you, it can change from one day to the next. Okay? And a lot of the times, gentlemen, is if you're an attractive guy, how she will treat you will vary a lot. Okay, so you notice that TikTok that we watched at the start of the video, which I'm going to pull up again.
Ladies, if a man is ever creeping on you you're not interested...
Girls like this, hell, girls in general, the way it works, guys, is if you approach a girl and you're not her type, she's not attracted to you, that sort of thing.
A lot of the times, boyfriend or whatnot.
What she's going to do is she's going to say, well, he's creepy. If you're not attracted to her, if she's not attracted to you, excuse me, oh well, you're just some creepy guy. You're just this guy that is a creeper that's hanging around, and it's okay to treat you cruelly. I will say this: if you're a man and you've got no options, maybe you haven't got a lot of girls that like you and stuff like that, you're going to notice that girls will more openly treat you hostile and more openly treat you like crap. Okay, and the reason for that is because they don't see a reason to treat you well. Girls kind of look at guys with no options the same way that guys look at really unhealthy women, shall we say? And then times that by a few. All right, if you're, for instance, if you're a guy and you're going out to clubs and stuff like that, and girls can see you shooting your shot and missing, you can be damn sure that that entire venue of girls is not going to like you. All right, and the thing is, what girls do is they'll base their opinions off of other people's perceptions of you as well. So let's just say you shot your shot with Becky over there, and her friend Emily noticed. She's going to tell the whole friend group, and then all of a sudden you got this whole pack of girls who want to have nothing to do with you. You see, men have to risk this kind of rejection. Now, I don't. I personally, gentlemen, I don't have an issue with doing that. I don't care. Okay, like girls are going to like you, they're not going to like you. Who gives a crap? Okay. You're expected to lead. I don't care. Like, I'd rather choose the place to eat anyway. It doesn't bother me, okay? But what's really the problem is when these people who are allowed to sit there and essentially do nothing a lot of the times, which, by the way, I wouldn't recommend letting them do nothing, obviously, but they get to sit there and have these certain types of privileges, and then they want to turn around and insult men for doing their best, for shooting their shot. It's just like they have no empathy for the situation that men are in. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. And guys, we're going to give this one final listen to and break it down together. So be sure to leave your comments as we go through it, and we'll jump into another story.
Ladies, if a man is ever creeping on you and you're not interested, instead of telling him that you have a boyfriend or whatnot, try telling him that you have a sub.
And again, you know what the difference between creeping and not creeping is, gentlemen? Whether or not she's attracted to you. Isn't that funny? If you're an attractive guy, well, what you're doing is not creeping. You could tell a girl about your career, about, your job, your passions, your stuff like that. She's not going to find it creepy. She's going to be like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Smile along. And that's the kind of behavior you're going to get. You're going to get compliant, nice behavior. Okay?
Because I tried that shit, and when I say I have never seen that look in a man's eyes before, that pure realization that every decision he had made up until that point was a huge fucking mistake.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a mistake. Right? Because why the hell? And here's the thing, right? As you as a man, you can't know this crap. Like, you can't know whether some girl is just going to treat you like crap and make a TikTok, or you can't know whether she's going to be receptive to you and actually like you. If you want a girl and stuff like that, you want to go out there, have experiences, it is your responsibility to shoot your shot. Okay? Now, again, I don't have an issue with that. I don't have a problem with that. But again, the lack of empathy and just the total willingness to treat men like crap when they try and do that, you don't have to like the guy. Just dismiss the guy. There's no need for all this sarcastic bullcrap. Like this girl, the thing about this is, if she was approaching a guy that she really liked and he pulled this same kind of stuff and made a fool of her, laughed at her, and then made a TikTok, oh, you already know there'd be all sorts of uproar about that. But because it's a man, it seems to be okay. You see, and one final thing I want to point out before we continue here, guys, is the fact that this man could have been working up the courage to do this for a month. He could have had like self-confidence issues, and he could have thought to himself, you know what? Today's the day I strike up a conversation with a cute girl. I'm just gonna go out and do it and see what happens because life's too short. He goes out and does it, and this girl thinks it's like some sort of joke. Right, there's a difference between rejecting a guy because you're not interested, and then there's rejecting a guy because you want to do it in a cruel way just because men, quote unquote, deserve it. And guys, I'm about to continue, but I just want to point out this video on TikTok has 426,000 likes. Now that means it has millions of views. You see what I'm saying? So people are resonating with this, and I don't know, man. I find that so disturbing, and you want to look at why men are walking away from this kind of crap. I mean, this is just one of many examples, right?
I was just out, I was trying to buy a mug at Valley Village. This guy, he comes up to me, he's all like, oh, hey, like, I got a business, whatever.
Let's talk about this for a second. You know, she was just out shopping trying to buy a mug. Okay, I just want to point this out, right? She was probably out there buying a mug. Who really cares what she was trying to do? Okay, if she's out shopping, cool. If she's lying and for some reason she's in a different store, it doesn't really matter, right? The point is, notice how it's always I'm going to paint myself as an innocent little bystander, and then this creepy man approached me. You see what I mean? Like, it's always the framing. I'm an innocent little bystander. Men are just inserting their will in the situation. They're just dominating. They're just these domineering creatures that are terrible, right? And they're just inserting themselves into the situation. Maybe the guy just thought you were pretty. You know, maybe the guy just took an interest in you, and wanted to come up and strike up small talk. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about this is, he didn't walk up and just go, "Oh, well, here's what my business is about," right? A man doesn't go, "Oh, hey, I've got a business." That's not what he says. Maybe he thinks to himself, "Well, I'm going to strike up some small talk, so I'm going to talk about what I know, what I'm passionate about." So he talks about his business. Fine. Okay, and what a lot of these girls will do, they'll smile along, they'll smile in your face, meanwhile thinking it's disgusting or creepy, right? And then which who cares, right? If they want to smile, and politely reject you, that's chill. Like, who gives a crap? But but then to turn around at the end and then pull the sarcastic crap. No wonder he's like, wow, well, I didn't expect it to go this way. I was just coming up to try and make small talk. And before you know it, he's in the deep end, not understanding what the hell's going on and why she's doing this.
And I'm not trying to date you or anything, which, yeah, fuck right. And I just told him, I'm like, look, I already have a submissive. Are you interested? Because if that's the case, like, I mean, I guess we could try it out.
Don't you just love how the presumption there as well is just because the man approaches that he's interested in dating you? Maybe he's just trying to open up small talk and see what kind of person you are. You know, these people are walking around with the level of entitlement that they think every man who approaches them wants to date them. Gentlemen, if you didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you've been watching for my content for quite a while, you know that dating is going out the window. It's on its way out. Okay, so a lot of guys who approach you these days, yeah, not too interested in the dating and the courting. Okay, because why the hell would we? You know, these girls will sit there, "Oh, where are all the good men? Where's the chivalrous men? Where's the men that treat us good?" It's like they have self-respect and they don't want to deal with this. Okay, I've said this before, gentlemen, but chivalry, you know, paying for dates, doing all of this stuff, treating her like a quote-unquote queen, that stuff is that stuff is earned. That is not free. You want to go out here, you want to have your fun with the bad boys. Treat the guys who try and make a genuine approach like crap. Treat them like crap just because they're not your type. I mean, you can bet your behind that not every guy out here who's approaching you is interested in a relationship with you. Okay, a lot of men at this point are looking at girls like this and saying, "Well, I'll shoot my shot, but there's no way I'm having a relationship." Right? But just to automatically assume that he's after a relationship, I mean, geez, man. You know, I don't know.
And he just, gone. Gone. And, I've been chasing that feeling ever since. But try it out. I know it seems cruel, but I promise you, it's not. They deserve it.
And do I need to add any commentary to that? Like, I think I know what we're all thinking, guys, which is, wow. Just wow. Right? Like, it's at a point, gentlemen, where I watch videos like this and the maliciousness in them, the distaste towards men, I don't even have to provide a comment on it because it's right there for you to see. Okay, now am I saying this is all girls? No. Okay, but there are a large proportion of girls reflected by the amount of likes this video has, by the way. Again, this video has 426,000 likes on it, which means it has millions of views. Okay, so it's when I say, not all girls pull this crap. Not all girls are malicious in this way where they'll completely mock a guy. But a lot of girls, what they'll do, gentlemen, is when you shoot your shot and you fail or whatever the case may be, a lot of girls will actually mock the guy to their friend group to try and make themselves, one, look good, and to two, try and socially outcast the guy. See, every time you do this as a man, every time you approach a girl and you get a rejection or whatever the case may be, you're actually risking a rejection. And I mean, it's one thing to reject a guy. That's cool. You can reject guy like guys. If I get rejected, I don't give a like. Who gives a crap? You know what I mean? It's like there are like over I don't know how many billion people on this planet. Like it's over 8 billion, I'm sure at this point, right? Um, like there's plenty of fish in the sea, as they say, and to deal with this level of entitlement just because, absolutely ridiculous. Right, absolutely ridiculous. But guys, we're going to jump into a story here because I believe I have a couple for us to look at. And man, it's just hard to watch. All right, because a lot of the times, in our day and age, and you guys point out as well, this kind of crap happened back in the day as well. Um, but it's just gotten to the point where men are lied to the point where we don't even know what the hell's going on a lot of the times. Like, if you haven't stumbled across a channel like mine or a channel on this side of the internet at all, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, what the hell happened? How could she treat me like that? How could this situation happen? I tried to give her the world and then all this terrible crap happened. Right? You might be thinking to yourself that because that's the default. Their default is to keep men confused, keep them naive, and keep them doing what you want. Okay, but the more you disrespect men, the more men are going to look at it and go, hey, wait, why the hell am I putting up with this? Right? Like, what even is the damn point? All right. Now, guys, I don't know if I read this one at the very start. My goodness me, my memory's terrible, but look at this, okay? How do I, 20-year-old male, get over a sudden breakup from an extremely loving relationship partner as a 20-year-old female? I think I did read this, okay? I mean, this guy just got broken up with out of the blue. Just out of the blue. Look at this one. She wants to be single for an unknown duration. Hi guys, I have been dating this lady for 2 years now and we were close to our third year of dating, but unfortunately, out of nowhere, she decided to bring our relationship to an end. She tells me that I'm not the problem, but rather she has personal struggles that forced her to break up with me. However, she insists that we remain friends. Yeah, guys, because, they're still entitled to your validation, your friendship, your emotional support. They're still entitled to those things. But for some unbeknownst reason, they just feel as though they're entitled to these things. Meanwhile, see, this is what happens, okay? Once someone knows that they have you wrapped around their finger, they cease to put in the effort. They think to themselves, well, I can still get the benefits from this guy. I can still get the validation, the free resources, if he's always going to be there for me, right? Big mistake, guys. Never say that sentence. Okay, you can say that to your homeboys, the guys that you care about, your mates, your boys. I'll always be there for you, man. You see, there's no issue in saying that because men actually, I've said this on the last episode, I think it was the last episode, men actually appreciate that. What you're doing when you say that kind of crap to a girl is you're showing her that, hey, well, I can either A, treat this man like crap and still get away with it and he's still going to stick around, or B, I can treat him just okay enough to keep him on the line while I go have my fun at the same time. You see? Anyway, when I ask her about the problem, she doesn't want to open up and just tells me to give her some time to compose herself. She no longer wants to be in a relationship. Is it really possible that she left me for a single life, or might there be something else that she's not telling me? Guys, if you hear crap like this, she needs time to give her some. Excuse me. She needs to have some time for her to compose herself. Compose herself. I want you guys to think about how little sense that kind of stuff makes. These girls saying, oh, I just need to work on myself. I need to do some healing. I need to find myself. That is code for going out there and having fun. It's code for, I think I've got a few more years to go and chase the guys that, are not going to commit to me, but I'm going to have fun with them anyway. I've still got a few more years to do that before I have to commit to a guy like you. That's what she's saying. So this whole, oh yeah, can we be friends? No, I'm chill. I don't need any more friends. I'm good. Okay, that's what you should say. All right, none of this dealing with friendship, right? Because these people will take the friendship because it still benefits them a lot. Still absolutely benefits them. All right. What else we got here? Now this is a bit of an interesting one to go over, and I feel like this perfectly summarizes where we're at with dating. Okay, so this is written, from what can only be described as a very entitled womanist perspective. It is entitled, excuse me. I learned quickly that if I have to chase you, I don't want you anymore. It's that simple. The games these men play to keep women chasing after them is ridiculous. In reality, this kind of man doesn't deserve your worth. Remember, if he wanted to, he would. The funny thing is, if I don't want you anymore because you're playing games, I just won the game. If I'm over you, you'll never get what you wanted from me in the first place. I win, and the prize is building on top of an already growing foundation of self, love, and integrity. These boys don't matter when I've got my goals on greater sights. And even better, to drive the point home that I can do all of it on my own. No man can do that for me or reach the level of fulfillment that personal accomplishments can get to. A man is better as a partner when they support these goals. If they manipulate you with games in order to make you feel insecure, run fast, girl. Excuse me, gentlemen, coughing all over the place. But this is the state at the moment, okay? These girls feel so entitled that they can just have men chase them just because and feed off of free attention. It's just free attention. What a lot of guys don't understand is that the default, if you want to get into relationships, get into these, what can only be described as entanglements, the default is for you to be used for your time and attention. I don't know how to put it on any other way, gentlemen. Right? Men are trained to be naive and just give up the attention for free. Chase girls just because. You see, every time you're chasing a girl, what's happening is she's getting all this, she's getting all the feeling good from you. She's getting that dopamine. Oh, I got a text from this guy. I'm never going to be with him, but hey, at least it's free attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to string him along for a period of time. I'm not going to meet up with him, but I'm just going to string him along, so that I can continue to get that free attention. And meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, she postponed the date. Maybe I'll ask again in a few weeks and see if she wants to hang out so I don't seem needy. She knows that you want to date her. She knows that, you want to see her, that you're interested. But what she's doing is she's leading you on for that free attention. Meanwhile, she's probably seeing, a couple of dudes that week. Right? And a lot of you are thinking I'm being very lenient there, which I am. All right? But guys, we're going to call today's episode there. Bit of a rough one. I'm coughing my lungs up, man. Goodness me. Remember, guys, make sure you leave a comment on your way out. Subscribe if you're new or if you like the video. And as always, guys, if you would like to support the channel, the link for the Patreon is somewhere below the video. So if you're interested in becoming a supporter, I'll be sure to check out that link below. But guys, we're going to call it there. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.